Emily and these kids in this rural town in North Carolina really being able to build something and be a part of their community and the history of that, and just this idea of making architecture and design something that's possible in economically challenged communities. To me, that was just kind of amazingly rewarding. So while this was a step away from work, I still just found just bits of information and inspiration that I can kind of carry with me for a few more weeks, like to get me through the next couple of weeks. This was just kind of spot on.
So this is my first visit to the museum, first Fresh Talk, and I was really blown away by both of the presenters, Anne and Emily. Very different and very different sort of ideas and different ways of executing art and making, but I thought both were incredibly impressive. And Anne just seems like this unbelievable sort of semi-evil genius. There was a moment that I laughed at, and I don't know if everyone else did too, but she was just sort of offhandedly said, she was talking about the problem of ending projects and giving things away, and she said, yeah, you know, so when I made a boat on the Mekong, and then it was really hard to give it away, I was just like, you made a boat in Vietnam? I mean, that's absolutely incredible. And that's just sort of like an offhand experience for her. And then, you know, Emily, who really I think has just changed lives in dramatic ways and really thought differently about how women and young girls can be educated and empowered and all those things. And so I was just really, I was very impressed with the artists themselves and the way that they spoke, and I thought that they really made a very impressive connection with the audience. And the very last thing they did, where they spoke out sort of their credo and their mantra and got everyone to participate, I thought that was really fantastic. So it was a great night, it's a great crowd, and lots of really nice and smart and interesting people. So I think it's a great experience.
So this was my very first Fresh Talk, and I was really pleasantly surprised that it was just a really lovely conversation between one artist that I had admired from afar from a long time and another maker artist that I had been introduced to tonight. And I think for me as an artist working with food and embodiment, it has been really inspiring because I actually, like, all these keywords kind of kept popping up about embodied knowledge, about care, about text, about the fact that a lot of things can kind of weave together to make new meaning. So I was really, really excited to enjoy just listening to how other people kind of felt the same things or were thinking of the same things I was thinking about for so long. And that they had so much more of a coherence or a practical knowledge about what they were doing. And I don't know, that was for me very, very exciting, very empowering, particularly that they were women working in the service of other women, also in the service also of kind of other humans, for us to sort of understand our humanity a little bit better. So really, really excited by some of the ideas that came about and some of the conversations I'm sure I'm going to have this evening.
From the Fresh Talk tonight with Emily and Anne, I really enjoyed the fact that they talked about kind of these different avenues you can go with your interest in art or architecture or really even anything in general. I'm currently a student at George Washington in the Museum Studies Master's Program in my second year, just about to graduate this May. And I think it was really great to kind of hear these different avenues you can go, because I think as students, we kind of feel like we might be pigeonholed to go in a certain direction that is typical, kind of a stepping stone process, and you can't really deviate from that path. So to hear what Emily's done with her students in both North Carolina and California, and kind of what she's been able to build from that, and with Anne doing all of her different kind of art installations throughout the US, it's been really inspirational to kind of know that we are validated in following our creative interests, and that there is kind of a place for us out in the US and maybe on a global scale as well.
I have invited my sister and my niece to come to this event. I came to a previous Fresh Talk and I really enjoyed it, so I thought they might. And tonight was far superior to the event that I've attended in the past. It was very inspiring, uplifting, and I'm energized to go out and actually act.
So the Makerspace, I am a professional librarian, and makerspaces have been in the library discussion for many years, but it was very inspiring to see someone take it to the next level.
Yeah, for me, I'm in the military, and so to just be in a space with empowered women discussing women's issues and things that empower women in any space was really phenomenal. It was very good experience.
So this is unusual for us. We don't normally come across an intersection of people like we found here. So we thank the museum for hosting this, and we definitely plan to come back.
My name is Mitra Lohr. I'm an artist. My favorite medium is steel. And I've been a member of this fabulous museum over a year, and I'm on the women's committee. We're a group of women that we're passionate about this, and I feel so privileged that this is a place for women artists, which unfortunately not being recognized all the time. So this is like, I feel this is our home, women artists especially, or art lovers. Well, tonight was amazing, very, very inspiring. Both artists were like that's what I want to be when I grow up. Especially one of them, Emily. I felt like I've been welding for years, but never occurred to me to have my granddaughter, little Ozzy at 7.5, to start welding. So now I have a new project to get her into welding. I know I've gotten her to do art, but also what I got inspired after those ladies talking is, well, I was honored to be in the museum bringing some of my sculptures last June to speak about how it all happened. But now I'm inspired to submit for an installation in this very room. So I'm truly inspired, and I'm going to go submit.
Tonight's talk was really inspiring. I thought it was really great to see both perspectives on making, because they had two really different angles for a very similar experience and lifestyle as a maker in America and as an artist maker. And as a maker in the museum that's featured in the gift shop, it's really an honor to be here, to be able to meet people who come to the museum, who came for the talk, who came to be around the artists that were featured tonight, and to also be able to have my work featured in the shop where the museum is home to so many amazing female artists, and just to be included as a maker among them is a really awesome experience and honor. Yeah.
What inspired me most about Emily Peloton's account of her experience is the story she told about her teaching project, Project H, and how it started off in Bertie, North Carolina. I lived in a similar rural environment, well, not lived, but it's okay to say lived, rural environment in Voorhees, South Carolina, where I taught underprivileged students, and that really her story resonated with me, because I also built a few projects with Habitat for Humanity, and I never thought about this before, but hearing her story has certainly helped me identify how my building experience and how my teaching experience is actually a work of art.